Hi guys, so today's video is going to be a little bit different. So a friend of mine sent me this. This TikTok channel is called Slightly High Historian. There's a new documentary out and it's called Trust Me, The False Prophet. This has to do with Katie Joy, Without a Crystal Ball. I have a history with that one and it's not good. I mean, every time there's a lawsuit or she's in hot water, people around her proving the truth get threatened. And I was one of those people. I had my life threatened and my son's life threatened, and it wouldn't stop. It was disgusting. It was horrible. I had to call the police, and I stopped covering her because my son was threatened. She's a fucking monster, okay? She is. She preys on the weak as well. She's one of those. She preys on the weak and destroys them. Do you know that she actually outed the Turban twins on TikTok where they lived? Their safe house? She did the same thing here. And she was told to stop. The reason why she finally took the videos down was because of a cease and desist. Many, actually. So we're going to watch this. I'm going to put in my input. All right, let's go.
There were people who thought that Christine was there supporting him and helping him.
Without a Crystal Ball almost blew this entire case, and a story that I have been waiting so long to tell you because I am neither as nice or discreet as some of my cohorts. Trust me, the false prophet too. And if she'd gotten her way, you never would have seen this documentary. Let me tell you a little story.
Precious, truly a daughter of the king.
There were a lot of people accusing her of empowering him.
Are you serious?
I couldn't defend myself. I couldn't come out with the fact that I was playing a role. Because my plan, it was working.
I have been waiting so long to tell you guys this story. If you've been following me a while, you know around 2022, 2023, my dislike for this
Oops, sorry, I wanted to see that.
certain creator without a crystal ball really hit a peak, but I couldn't tell you much about it because of everything that was.
Truly a daughter of the king.
There were a lot of people accusing her of empowering him.
Are you serious?
I couldn't defend myself. I couldn't come out with the fact that I was playing a role. Because my plan, it was working.
I've been waiting so long to tell you guys this story. If you
Okay, so Without a Crystal Ball, aka Katie Joy, claimed and is still claiming that Christine and Tolga did this for bad reasons and stated that in several videos. It's not true. It's a lie. This is exactly what KJ does. The girl don't have sources, okay? The sources are in her head. She is vile. She's disgusting. She doesn't care what, who, what, where, when. She do not care if you're a child. She'll run you over like a Mack truck. She does not care. That woman deserves to be behind bars. And I don't understand why she's not. I do not understand. She's broken the law numerous times, and yet here she is.
been following me a while, you know around 2022, 2023, my dislike for this certain creator without a crystal ball really hit a peak, but I couldn't tell you much about me a while. You know around 2022, 2023, my dislike for this certain creator without a crystal ball really hit a peak.
She also made claims they were directly involved several times, which again is a lie. This woman thinks she's untouchable, kind of like Gabby Jacobson. Enough is enough. She needs to be in prison. I'm telling you.
I couldn't tell you much about it because of everything that was going on, and I didn't want to be the reason to blow a case, but she didn't mind.
Yeah.
So she's got a lot of confidential informants. Right?
Exactly.
Very little vetting of the information, and a lot of times it's misinformation. It's happened with sister wives. Just so many different
sister
things.
wives. It's happened with all of the sister wives. She'll attack them, then she'll go back. And then she'll attack, and the Duggars. She attacks the women, and then she'll say something nice, and then she attacks them, and attacks them, attacks them. Like, I remember one time she was looking at Michelle, and she's like, is she pregnant? Is she just fat? Is she pregnant? Is she just fat? This woman has no freaking soul.
So she starts reporting on this, saying that Christine Marie is actually supporting Sam Bateman and that she's down with everything, and goes on this whole campaign, right? During this campaign, she leaks
The chance of anyone finding out where Julia was at that point could have been bad and life-threatening. So what does KJ do?
address of
She leaks
Christine's
it.
house, which at that moment was
She leaks the address of Christine's house. Who does that? This is not the first time that she has put kids and adults in danger. She doesn't care, and yet she keeps getting away with it.
safe house where Julia and her children were staying. Parties, now I'm not going to tell you that part of the story, tried to contact her saying this is really not the deal. You don't know what's going on. I can't tell you, but I'm begging you, take these videos down. You don't know what you're talking about. It went so far they had to send her a cease and desist to get her to stop. Hearing you are actively going to cause more harm to happen was not enough for her. She had to literally get legal paperwork. And that is why that one will never redeem, but I'm so excited I could finally tell you. And literally part of the vetting process, if you want to talk to these people in Short Creek, is do you support Without a Crystal Ball? If the answer to that is yes, ain't no one talking to you.
I'm so glad that her name's going around and not in a good way. That's exactly it. Do not trust KJ. I've been screaming it for years. A lot of people who brought awareness to her have. It's disgusting. All these death threats, and I'm getting them in emails. I have a whole slew of them, okay? It's bad. I still have them. I may do a video and show everything. Yeah, I just might.
I actually like to pat myself on the back for how diplomatically I said that. I haven't gotten a violation in a long time, trying to keep it that way. And if I use the words that are in my head, we certainly wouldn't be watching this together, would we?
While we were filming, I was trying to get to know the girls more and to understand the women in Sam's group. One person at a time. Okay, start with your name.
We call her Mother Anna.
How old is she?
I tell you,
That was wife one. How old is that girl?
anyway, she didn't get looked at me.
How did you go to Samuel?
In 2019, I was 22 and nobody was getting married. You know, our people weren't having children. But then my parents started having children again. So I felt like it was the right thing to do.
Get back into the nitty gritty. One comment that I heard from a lot of people was that they didn't like that they used AI to change their faces. Blur would have been more impactful, and I do agree on some levels, absolutely. Although I've seen a lot of these girls in person, and there's one thing about, so the unredacted footage, the stuff that you guys aren't going to see, there is a certain impact with how young all of these girls look. These are not, they just look like babies, and they're sitting on his lap and they're doing all of this stuff. So on that level, I can definitely understand why it was edited this way. But Sam was changing their names, taking them away from their mothers. Julia went from having all these kids to being a complete empty nester. The only kid that she had with her was her son, which, by the way, is the sweetest little boy in the world. Oh my God. I hope he's doing good. I haven't asked. I should ask. I'm going to ask.
You should.
With this one, I ask you this a lot of times. I want you to put yourself in their shoes, not your shoes, because you don't understand how they could get drawn into this. But you need to remember, these people were raised in one of the most isolated communities and most isolated towns in the United States.
Yeah, exactly. It is a cult. It is a complete mindfuck. You're raised in that and you're born in that. You think that's right. And it's just not. It's not.
Their entire life. Your mission, have a ton of babies, get married, connect to Heavenly Father. You're going to get your kingdom. You're going to go to the top tier. Your husband's going to get to keep his peppy. It's going to be all good, right? So when Warren goes to jail and makes it to where nobody can do
Warren Jeffs, yes, he's in prison. Finally, he's in there, but the little piece of shit is still giving out orders.
Anything, what you are told is your purpose in life has been removed. And when Samuel Bateman came, he kind of gave them that back.
What do you think about the mothers of these girls?
The older ones have some problems, but they deal with it, you know.
Looking at all the girls there that were Julia's, all of a sudden she has an empty nest because Samuel has taken all her daughters.
Sick.
All of those children, Julia thought she was going to continue raising. She didn't expect to lose at age 10.
We get to Julia, and she was a huge whistleblower in this, which is a very big deal. I was lucky enough to spend a little bit of time with her when she was still staying at Christine's, and even more lucky to spend time with her son. We played tricycles. He beat me. I'm just so slow. What are you going to do? At this point, Julia explains her marriage. Now, she is another person who was lifetime FLDS. She had been with her husband for a long time. They had several children together. Now, in this group, I'm sure you know this, but just a little reminder, the women have absolutely no power.
No.
They do what they're told. They're supposed to be quiet. They're supposed to have this off. We always call it like evangelical voice softening. Think Michelle Duggar.
Oh.
They're supposed to have this attitude.
You guys ever heard Michelle Duggar's voice? Oh my word. Hi guys. We're going to read a book today. It's creepy.
follow their priesthood holder, the head of their household, into whatever they want them to do. Because the way that she put this, I'm so glad that you guys are seeing this.
Women are taught to submit to the men, and as the father, he was the ruling power over our family.
Disgusting.
And so when Earl and I started following Sam, that made me make that change too. And so many of my sister wives and all of my daughters went to Sam. I did question the things we were doing, but I said, well, maybe there's something I'm not comprehending or understanding, and if I'll just hang on, I can better understand it, because I felt like he wouldn't ask me to do something that would be harmful to myself or destructive to our family.
I think we've heard a lot of survivors say things like that, regardless of gender, group, any of this stuff. I really never thought that he'd hurt me like that. I never thought they'd hurt me like that, because they think this person loves me. And in their logical brain, they would never do that. They're just going to decide in my best interest. But that's a lot more intense here. Then Christine and Tolga were able to actually meet up with one of their kids who had gotten out, and he tells the real story, as opposed to what Sam says, and they all loved it, about how it was with all of those girls going to him, and they didn't want to.
Starting in 2019, Sam married 7 of my sisters, ranging in age from 20-ish down to 9 years old.
Oh my
Married
God.
is just a phrase to say that Sam currently can do whatever he pleases.
That literally is RAPE. It's illegal. All of this is illegal. I can't wrap my head around these cults.
The girls.
Did you ever see Sam kiss the underage girls?
Yes. There was none of them that went easy to get married to Sam. Not one of them. Every one of them referred to him as the devil.
This whole thing on every side was just so awful, and we got to keep it in focus. This whole time, the police are ignoring it. There's rumors. People in town know. The police know. But they keep giving these ridiculous answers, like you see in the part before this. Also, Sam was going to marry the Queen of England as well. I guess there's a wrench in his plans now. But I will see you at part 3, which will be the final part of our recap.
Wrench in his plans, you think? Okay, this is a book that I own. It's called Breaking Free: How I Escaped Polygamy, the FLDS Cult, and My Father, Warren Jeffs. So this book was written by his daughter, Rachel Jeffs. I actually read this book on my channel a couple years ago. It goes in depth a lot, and she describes her life living with him, her mother, just the sisters, all of it. Huge trigger warning. Huge trigger warning. The book, it did make me cry in a lot of it. And because I can't fathom a lifestyle like this and how anyone could go along with it. And how do they not know that's wrong? But that's me. That's our thinking. You're not in that cult. You don't know any better. However, Rachel, Warren's daughter, finally realized, oh my God, what he was doing to me is not right. What he's doing to me is wrong. And she finally got out. And she wrote this book, and I'm proud of her. I don't know her, but I mean, this is amazing. I would recommend it. Order it. It's a great book. I actually found this book in a thrift store for $1, and I thought I'd give it a try. It's beautiful. It's sad. It's heartbreaking. It's very knowledgeable. It makes you want to give Rachel a hug, and all the girls. So if you're interested in this book, I would get it off Amazon or go to a thrift store or something. I'm sure you'll find one. A couple years ago, I read this on my channel. I will link my playlist in the description if you're interested, because I actually did read it, and there's commentary and stuff like that as well. So yeah, if you're interested, I'd recommend listening. If you don't want to buy the book, just fast forward through my fat mouth, and I'm sure you'll like it and enjoy it. I also watched the documentary, and it was on Netflix, and it was called Keep Sweet, Pray and Obey. Huge trigger warning if you haven't seen it, okay? Because it's... Yeah, I'm not even going to say it. It's bad. RAPE. It's bad, okay? I read the book, and then I watched this documentary. And it just blew my mind how this can even happen. Again, I still can't comprehend it, as most can't either. And you have all these questions, and it's like, it's just basically my questions are why, why, and you never really get an answer, you know? Let's watch this. This is the trailer for it, okay?
In our minds, the police, even the President of the United States, had no authority over us. Warren Jeffs is our president. He was the prophet. And how could you place a human over God?
Known as FLDS. It's a far offshoot of the Mormon Church and supports the practice of polygamy.
The more wives, the more children you have, the higher in heaven you'll be.
When you're taught something from birth, from your mother and your father, you believe them because they're your parents.
It was for our salvation. You did whatever it took, even if it was wrong. One day, my name was brought up and I was to be married. I was 14.
Lord Jeffs took over this religion and turned it into money and power and sex.
Young girls were like a commodity owned by the church.
Warren had himself 78 wives. 24 of those wives were underage.
We're going to go after the criminals, and we're going to go after the child abusers.
To stand up against a multi-million-dollar church, you're going up against a lifetime of conditioning and fear.
He took their families away, took their homes away. Might as well have just lined them up against a wall and shot them.
You don't fight the priesthood, you don't fight the prophet. But it was so much bigger than just Warren and me. It happens to everybody eventually. You will come around and see the light.
We love you.
I love all of you.
And go, what the
Sweet spirit of prayer.
Yeah, it's good. I think it's like a 3 or 4 part series. It's good. It's there's a lot of information in there, but again, huge trigger warning because, well, you heard it. Men marrying children and those children having their babies. I mean, there's so much more. Anyways, I thought that I would make this video because I feel it's important, not just about outing KJ, because that's been done numerous times, but also bringing some sort of awareness, I guess, to this new documentary that this woman is covering. It's real, it's true, it's real life, and I just think that it should be heard. Breaking Free by Rachel Jeffs. It's a good read. Again, trigger warning on everything. Keep Sweet and Obey, the documentary. And this new documentary, I'm actually not too sure what it's on, but I will figure it out. I'll link my playlist if you guys want to listen to the book that I read by Rachel Jeffs. Trigger warning. It's good. It's just very sad, and it brings you into a world that you cannot even comprehend. It's a mind fuck. It is. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a great day. Oh, and I'm feeling much better. Yes, I got my electrolytes in, and I'm doing better. Anyways, have a good night, guys.